flat out levels him. Jakolski still running.
Mason gets the carry and a block, and he will go in.
The Seawolves have taken the lead.
What a play by Matt Revy.
Every team in college football, every year, plays with one goal in mind: a championship. For the Stony Brook Seawolves, defenders of the 2009 Big South Crown, 2010 was more than just an epilogue to one great season. For a young team yet to scratch its own entry into football glory, past success is merely prologue to future feats. Because the only thing sweeter than winning a championship is winning 2 in a row.
Together, no matter the situation, belief in each other, belief in unity will lead us to victory.
To test this group's moxie, Priore once again set upon a course where only the true champions excel. Unwavering in its thirst for competition, Stony Brook hit the road to Raymond James Stadium. On NFL turf, the Seawolves traded blows with South Florida of the Big East.
And he will go into the end zone. The Seawolves have taken the lead.
Undeterred by ranking, the Seawolves never backed down in a close bout versus a top 10 team, UMass.
Through the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Unrelenting in their quest to be the undisputed #1 power in the Big South, Stony Brook was unfazed by 15,000 hostile fans at the home of co-champion Liberty, where the Seawolves' only conference equal needed every bit of support to stay up to the challenge.
Trying to get away. He did. Race for the pylon. Touchdown.
Each Saturday, another challenge was for opponents to solve a Stony Brook defense. Behind the stout front resides a swarming pack of assassins, led by first-team all-conference safety Aaron West. West, a two-time All-Big South selection, patrolled the secondary with grace and tracked down running backs with grit. The conference's best tackler from the defensive backfield, West tied for the team lead with 85 tackles. That mark was also reached by Big South linebacker Craig Richardson. Just a sophomore, Richardson burst onto the scene in 2010, viciously greeting opponents to his territory, whether they be up the field or in the backfield. Senior captain Steve Schwicke led the linebacking corps with an infectious energy and a work ethic. None were quicker to learn from such an example than freshman linebacker Jawari Dudley. A starter in 7 games, Dudley let Big South Prey know who their predator will be for years to come. Opening the Big South season against VMI, the Seawolves came out with a bang in front of an amped-up home crowd. A swarming Seawolves special teams gave them plenty to cheer for.
Rich Vitale swooped up a loose ball in the end zone, and that would be all the defense needed.
Stony Brook smothered the Cadets' offense, allowing only 8 yards rushing. Where the ground proved inhospitable, the air, guarded by the Big South leaders in interceptions, was deemed a no-fly zone.
Safety Dominic Reyes from Hesperia, California, intercepted an incoming strike from one VMI quarterback.
And freshman Devontae Wheeler from another. With the support of their defense, the Seawolves' offensive machine continued to churn out touchdowns.
Wideout Jordan Gush hauled in 9 passes for 119 yards and a score.
And Jakolski ripped off a 25-yard touchdown to cap off a 27-9 victory. Stony Brook's offensive strength was never more on display than on the road versus Coastal Carolina. In the first half, one touchdown followed a second.
Masonette, touchdown.
And a third.
Trying to get to the left side. He does. Walks in. Touchdown.
And a fourth.
Still on his feet, going the distance. Touchdown.
31 first-half points silenced the Chanticleer's faithful in a 38-28 Stony Brook victory. A hush imposed by the deafening thunder and bright lights of Masonette and Jakolski.
Coming into the 2010 season, many expected Edwin Goins to be Stony Brook's headliner at running back.
Right through the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown.
An expectation he nearly confirmed, grinding out 101 yards versus UMass. The only question seemed to be, who would be his running mate? At Stony Brook, great ground gainers come in pairs. In 2009, Goins led the Seawolves in rushing and was joined on the All-Big South first team by graduating senior Conti Catino. So when Gowan's season was cut short by injury, per tradition, Stony Brook found another pair of first-team All-Big South runners in Jakolski and Masonette. As the new #1 backfield in the conference, both runners eclipsed 1,000 yards in 2010. Jakolski, a junior, led the Big South with 178 all-purpose yards per game, a mark that ranked him 8th nationally.
Jakolski takes the kickoff, and he hasn't been stopped yet.
Brock Jakolski.
It's like that train that they can't stop. Jakolski's still running. Jakolski goes from one end to another, unstoppable.
Effective as a runner, receiver, and kick returner, Jakolski racked up 12 total touchdowns.
He's got space. He could go all the way. He's got room. He's going to score.
Masonette, a sophomore in his first season at Stony Brook, led the Seawolves with 12 rushing touchdowns and averaged more than 100 yards per game.
Masonette does what he does so well. Run, speed, score.
Hosting Charleston Southern at Laval Stadium, Masonette offered up the greatest rushing performance in the venue's history. Masonette crossed the goal line 4 times, a school record.
Masonette gets the carry and a block, and he will go in without them laying a finger on him.
Jakolski followed the example of his running mate, leading the team with 183 yards rushing and a touchdown of his own.
And he fights forward into the end zone. Touchdown.
With a litany of Seawolves scoring rushing TDs in the last 4 years, only one player proved to be a truly interchangeable part. Senior Paul Fenner, the unquestioned anchor of the Seawolves offensive line. Fenner finished his career starting 38 consecutive games at center, blocking for his second pair of 1,000-yard rushers in 2010.
Paul Fenner leads the show up front, a first-team All-Big South center and the team captain.
The Big South's first-team center for a second consecutive year, no one commanded his line better than Fenner. Joining him on the Big South first team was versatile senior Brian Crew, a starter at both right tackle and left guard. Crew combined with Fenner to open up holes for a running game that ranked #1 in the conference and 8th nationally.
Has room to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
The Seawolves marched through opposing defenses, cruised through Clinton, South Carolina, where Stony Brook dismantled Presbyterian. Again, both Masonette and Jakolski amassed more than 100 yards rushing. And when the Blue Hose committed all their assets toward stopping Stony Brook on the ground, Michael Coulter took to the air, throwing 4 touchdown passes in a convincing 37-7 win over Presbyterian. For Coulter, his second season at Stony Brook was no slump. It was a surge.
Back, Coulter fires. Touchdown!
Coulter.
Touchdown!
With 17 touchdown passes in 2010, Coulter vaulted into 3rd place in school history with 35 TDs in his short career. The Big South Scholar Athlete of the Year, Coulter diagnosed defenses with a similar intelligence and aced nearly every test.
The Seawolves now led by Michael Coulter, who Don't Look Now, folks, is one of the most efficient guys in the Big South Conference.
Coulter's receivers offered many routes to solve the secondary. Sophomore Jordan Gush was a favorite target on the receiving end of 5 touchdowns.
Pass downfield. Touchdown!
Junior Matt Brevy, a second-team All-Big South wideout, led the team with 668 yards receiving. He often traversed the field in one bold stroke, as 2 of his 5 touchdown receptions went for more than 60 yards.
20-15, far right, 10-5, touchdown!
One of those long bombs sent the Seawolves on their way towards a share of the Big South title against Gardner-Webb.
Brevy's inside the 10, reaching for the end zone. He's got a touchdown.
The Seawolves made quick work of a 3-point lead by the running Bulldogs, piling on 55 unanswered points.
Pump fakes, fires in wide open end zone. Touchdown!
Stony Brook's offense stole the show. Almost. In the biggest game of the year, both the offense and the defense performed at their highest level. 3 points. That is all the Seawolves defense would allow. The boldest stat line of the day was assembled by one of Stony Brook's youngest stars. Freshman cornerback Devontae Anderson picked a quartet of passes, bringing to a sudden end Gardner-Webb's hopes of a score. With a 55-3 win over the Bulldogs, the Seawolves seized another Big South championship, but surely not the last for Coach Priore and the Seawolves.
It's about you, not about anything else. It's about you versus you.
For Stony Brook, past is prologue, a memory to cherish but not to dwell upon.
I know we will handle adversity correctly when it happens, and I know we will overcome it.
As they remember the sweet taste of 2010, their hunger for another title increases even more.
I know we believe in ourselves, but today we have to believe in our team.
And as the Big South surely knows, the Seawolves will be back in seasons to come, and better than ever.
As I walk out on the field today, comfort be to know that I'm the meanest, toughest football player on that field. I've been coached well. I know my job. I do my job. I have no fear. I show no mercy. I will not quit. Oh my God.